Hey everyone, and welcome. So, today we're going to talk about something that's not just a new feature or some minor update. No, this is a fundamental rethinking of how we use, well, everything digital. It's called Generative UI, and yeah, it might actually signal the end of the apps we use every single day. Let's dig into how this could be our new reality. Okay, so that's a pretty huge statement, right? The idea that this entire universe of applications we've built our lives around could just vanish. This isn't about making things a little bit faster. This is a potential tectonic shift in technology, and we're going to break down exactly what that means. So, to really get why this is such a big deal, we have to look at the problem it's trying to solve. And honestly, it's a problem you and I deal with every single day. That constant digital friction, the endless shuffling between apps, and just the mental energy it takes to get things done. I mean, just think about your typical morning. You pop open your calendar app, then you jump to your email, then a weather app, then you check the traffic app. Maybe you need to look at your project management tool. Each one is its own little silo, right? A separate digital room you have to go into and then leave. All of that opening, closing, and switching gears, it really adds up. And that brings us to the core concept behind generative UI. It's a complete reimagining of how we should use software. And there's a really simple but honestly brilliant analogy that helps it all click. And this right here just nails the difference. The old way, the app way, is a maze. You are totally responsible for figuring it out. You have to know which turns to make, which doors to open. But the new way, with generative UI, it's like having a personal guide who just paves a magic path directly to your goal the second you say where you want to go. The entire burden of figuring it out is just gone. And that's the official definition right there. A generative user interface. It's not a pre-built screen with a fixed set of buttons. It's a dynamic system that literally generates the interface you need right in the moment you need it. The software finally adapts to you, not the other way around. Okay, so how in the world does this magic path actually get built? Well, the secret is all about shifting our focus from clicks and taps to something way more human, our intent. And that brings us to the key phrase you need to remember. It's intent-driven. Think about it. In the old world, you have to translate your goal into a whole sequence of clicks and swipes. But in this new world, you just say the goal. You just communicate what you want, your intent, and the AI does the heavy lifting. And this is just a perfect example of how it would work. One simple phrase, plan my client visit, kicks off this incredible chain reaction. The AI doesn't ask you to open your calendar, then a travel website, then your presentation software. No, it understands the goal behind those words, and it goes and pulls all those tools together in the background, presenting you with a single, custom-built interface showing you the finished task. It's all just seamless. So let's zoom out a bit and think about what this all leads to. I mean, if our tasks no longer need their own dedicated apps, what happens to our home screens? What happens to all our digital habits? And this really is the ultimate point. The next big leap isn't just slightly better apps. It's a no-app world, where we're just interacting with an intelligent assistant that calls up whatever function it needs from any service, without us ever having to see the app itself. And that's what it all boils down to. The interface becomes the conversation. We're moving beyond pointing and clicking. Our actual dialogue with the AI, us just saying what we want, that becomes the new way we control our digital world. This whole idea is pushing us towards a totally new frontier in design, what a lot of people are starting to call future UX, the next generation of user experience. And it's a wild thought, isn't it? I mean, just like trying to find a payphone or using a dial-up modem feels totally ancient to us now, the simple act of swiping through pages of icons just to find the right little box to tap, well, that might seem incredibly clunky and old-fashioned to the next generation. So I'm going to leave you with this one last question to chew on. We've always thought of software as a fixed thing, right? A tool that we have to learn how to use. But what if that whole relationship flips? What if the next software you use isn't a tool you have to pick up, but one that actually builds itself around you the moment you decide what you want to create? That's the incredible promise of generative UI.